We'll go over the numerical discrete random variable. Here, there are two rules for the probability distribution. The first one is that the probability has to be between 0 and 1. So what does that mean? It means that if P of x equals to 0, then the event will not happen at all. If P of x is 0.5, it means that there's 50% of the chance that it will happen. And if P of x equals to 1, then that means for sure the event will happen. And the second rule is that if we were to add up all the probabilities, we should get a 1. Or in other words, the summation, this is a Greek letter, summation of all the probabilities, it should equal to 1. Let's look at this example. So the second row in here is the probabilities. If we were to add up all of these, so 1, 6, 1, 6, that would be 2, 6, and then add up 1, 6 again, that'll be 3, 4, 5, and 6 over 6. 6 over 6 reduces to a 1. Let's consider this scenario, tossing a die. If we were to toss a die, we get the following outcomes. So we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we can put it in a table. We call this tabulation. And in a table, the first row is the outcomes. So 1 in here, we see a 1. 2, there are 2 dots. 3, there are 3 dots, and so on and so forth. And for the probability, it is the chances of getting each outcomes. So there's 1/6 of a chance to get each of these outcomes. If we were to look at it vertically, you can see that the chances or the probability of getting a 1 here, would be 1 over 6. That's how you interpret. Now let's move on to the mean, which is the average. So here's the equation. And let's apply it to a question. So find the expectation or expected value or the mean. They all mean the same thing. They're synonyms. So what do? First, we look at the x. The x is highlighted in blue. That is the outcome. Then we multiply by the purple. That is the corresponding probabilities. So the outcome, multiply the probabilities, corresponding probability, and then we add them all up. Then that would be the expectation, 4.35. As for the variance, let's look at an example. So it is very similar to the mean or to the expectation. So we have the outcomes in blue, squared all the outcomes, and then multiply by the probabilities, the corresponding probabilities. And one extra step, we need to take away 4.35. That is the expected value squared. And we get 1.8075. Finally, we need to calculate the standard deviation. That is sigma. And that would be the square root of the variance. You can see in orange, the square root of the variance, 1.8075. That would give us 1.3444. So in summary, we have the expectation, variance, and the standard deviation.